And convicted for a crash that killed a Hays CISD student and another driver 2 years ago will soon be eligible for parole. Jerry Hernandez is doing 18 years in prison after taking a plea deal for 2 counts of manslaughter. KVUE's Daniel Gomez got a hold of a lawyer representing survivors of that crash. He joins us from the newsroom, and some of his clients are still reeling from this trauma, Daniel.
Yeah, Mark, that's right. The trauma of their school bus being hit by a concrete pumper truck, and the trauma of knowing that one of their classmates didn't survive. More than 2 years have come and gone.
We don't call it an accident, we call it a crash, because it wasn't just an accident that was unavoidable.
When a Hays CISD school field trip ended with a fatal crash along Highway 21 in Bastrop County.
But there were dozens of others, children and adults on our school bus that were seriously injured and still recovering, if they'll ever be able to fully recover from those injuries.
Jerry Hernandez crashed into the bus with his concrete pumper truck. 5-year-old Ulises Rodriguez Montoya died from his injuries. So did 33-year-old Ryan Wallace, who was driving right behind the bus. Hernandez is doing 18 years total for 2 manslaughter charges.
And I will tell you, our first reaction, we were all very surprised that it's so soon that there's an eligibility.
April 19, Hernandez will be eligible for parole. His release is far from guaranteed, but Hays CISD isn't taking any chances, writing a letter to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
And every time something comes up about the wreck, because it's still so new to us, it's so fresh, it's raw. I mean, it just happened 2 years ago.
And attorney Jason Feltune represents some of the survivors suing Hernandez and the company he worked for. He writes in part, "The court set 18 years, not 2. For the families affected by this crash, there is no parole from what they carry every single day." And we did reach out to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. We hadn't heard back. In the newsroom, Daniel Gomez, KVUE News.
Daniel, thank you. There were no seatbelts on the school bus involved in that Hays CISD crash that Daniel reported on, and that prompted some change at the state capitol. In 2025, lawmakers passed a bill requiring 3-point seatbelts on school buses, but it gives districts time to comply if they cannot afford it. The bill requires school districts to report how many of their buses do or do not have seatbelts and the cost to retrofit those buses by the end of this school year. In the months ahead, the Texas Education Agency will submit a report to the legislature stating how much it would cost to put seatbelts on all school buses in Texas. A 2017 law required school districts to install seatbelts on all buses bought after 2017, but it didn't apply to older buses.